details this morning in the encryption fight between the FBI and Silicon Valley. FBI Director James Comey weighed in yesterday, and Joe Ling is here today with the details. Joe, good morning.
Good morning again, Maria. That's right. FBI Director James Comey is commenting on the Bureau's investigation into the San Bernardino terrorist iPhone yesterday, hinting at how it was able to crack into the encrypted device without Apple's help.
We kept trying to find ways into that phone before we brought the litigation. We kept trying to find ways to get into that phone after the litigation. A worldwide market of creative people was stimulated that hadn't existed before, where a whole lot of folks tried to see, could I break into a 5C running iOS 9? And everybody and his Uncle Fred called us with ideas. Someone outside the government, in response to that attention, came up with a solution. One that I am confident will be closely protected and used lawfully and appropriately.
Comey's comments are coming just one day after Facebook-owned WhatsApp says it's beefing up its encryption on its own platform for all users end-to-end for any file transfers or messages, possibly creating a safe haven for terrorist or activist activity. Maria, we're also tracking new reports this morning that the White House is reportedly refusing to support legislation allowing judges to force tech companies like Apple, Facebook, and Google to help law enforcement unlock encrypted data and devices, and that is according to Reuters. So lots of moving pieces in this ongoing debate.
Interesting. So the White House is saying, look, you can't force judges to make that ruling.
Yeah, and this comes off of the Apple FBI case where they certainly sided with the FBI. But this is an interesting, nuanced argument here.
Yeah. Hagan, it's been a year of this debate. Was it all worth the trouble now? I mean, the FBI found what they needed in that iPhone.
But Apple, going forward, will make its devices even tougher harder to get into.
Yep.
And even it's trying to even further encrypt the data on the cloud, although there are hurdles because, again, if you lose your password, then Apple can't help you get the data that's on the cloud potentially. But it's not going to go away, and until it's either going to be fought in the courts and publicly, or it's going to be, or Congress can step up and do something about this. But it's to Bo Dietl's point that he made earlier. If you've got a valid court order, a valid search warrant, a subpoena, how can you say we're not going to let you get into this phone and basically enforce the laws of the nation?
I'll give up privacy for security. I think to say what changed with the Apple FBI, I think it gave Apple a chance to maybe add some loyalty because they protected their customers and took on the government and said, we're not giving up that access to the phone because we want to protect the contract we have with their customers.
Good PR.
Yeah, that worked out perfect for them.
It'd be nice to see them work together because, like you said, we all want security, and we have to have security. So I would just ask, Joe, can they now open any iPhone? So was this just the one iPhone, or can they open anyone?
That's the case. It's one iPhone that we know of so far. We also know there's dozens, hundreds of iPhones around the country that need to be unlocked for law enforcement reasons, and those have not yet been unlocked. But we do know a case in, I believe, Louisiana. As soon as they found out that the iPhone 5C was unlocked, that prosecutor, it might have been in Alabama, went to the FBI and said, okay, field office, help us out, please. We need a hand.
So the argument was, look, those in favor of privacy, like myself, the argument was, look, it's not just one phone. If Apple creates this software that opens all phones, then the bad actors will figure it out, and they will be able to, infiltrate and get all of our information. How does this change things? The fact that now the FBI was able to open it, right? So where are these bad actors, and is it now vulnerable?
What is interesting about how you put the privacy debate is that it seems that the privacy advocates are saying one thing and using different terminology than the government. And so what we have right now is a debate that has been stalled, partially because it's been resolved, but partially because the language and the vocab are very different. And there will come a time very soon when everything will intersect and it will actually have to go to either the Supreme Court or Congress will actually have to pick this up. And as of now, we know where most people stand, but can Congress actually handle this kind of debate and put something together that works?
And Apple standing holding a phone that has a security flaw in it that they didn't even know about. Whoops.
And a Supreme Court that's looking for new justice, too. How about that for the election in November? That's going to have an impact on that.
There's so much on a lot of moving parts. Joe, thank you.